Hello. Yeah, Nirud. Yeah, Bharati Garu, right? You have some doubt. What is the doubt? Bharati Katta. Yes, you tell me what is the doubt.
Hi Rakesh.
I
Nothing. So the chat was disabled. Can you enable the chat?
yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Uh,
Sorry. I made a mistake.
yeah, it's
I'll
okay.
I'll do it. Yeah, now is it okay? I enabled it.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay then. Welcome. So now what I'm going to do is like in this so Dilip Nair. So like you are saying that every time it is asking for registration to attend this webinar. What is the problem? Like you can talk with backend team and then you can get resolved. Yeah, I kept it mute, right? So I kept it mute. I got a urgent call from my office. So fine. Now let me get into the topic, right? Let me get into it. So now I just opened Anaconda, right? I just click on Anaconda Navigator. So I've enabled Anaconda Navigator. Then from there I've launched my Jupyter Notebook. So in the Jupyter Notebook, I've selected my what is it? Jupyter Notebook here, right? This is a notebook. So like in the website, right? And the URL, right? So online, you can able to launch your Jupyter Notebook online. And here, this is cell. Likewise, we can, when you click on here, there is something called click to add cell, right? When I click on here, you can add the cell here. In each and every cell, you can write a code and then you can run your code here. Got it? So now I'll go back to my slide now. I'll go back to my slide now. Yes, I'll share the PPT, but not now. So once you join the class and then once you come for the class, after 1 week, I'll share the PPT. No, I'm sharing it. Please wait, I'm sharing it. That's what I'm doing it now. So now you are able to see my PPT, right? So Vital Python, we're going to discuss about a second topic called Vital Python, right? So in this topic, right, in this, we are going to discuss about max functions. Yes, we're going to discuss about max functions, strings, conditions, conditional statements, loops, and all those things we're going to discuss in today's class. Got it? So now I told you how to open your Jupyter notebook. First of all, what you have to do is you have to install the Anaconda Navigator. Right? You have to install Anaconda. You have to go to anaconda.org and then you have to download Windows option. And then once you install it, you can see that when you type on the search bar from the taskbar, so Anaconda Navigator will be shown. You can click on that. A green color circle pic will be shown there so that it gets launched. Right? Once it is launched, then you have to launch the notebook. Right? I just now I showed you. After you search for the Jupyter notebook in Anaconda Navigator and click on it, you're going to try to launch it. A new window will open like this, right? A new window will be open on this browser here, but it has a cell. So at the bottom, when you click, you want to add more cells here, can add more cells also. So
Sir, should we use Python or Anaconda notebook? Sir, Jupyter notebook.
Pardon?
Should we use Python or Jupyter notebook, sir?
Yeah.
Which one should we use? Python or should we download Python or should we use Jupyter notebook?
Yeah, anything you can use. Just I'm telling you, we have a platform like Anaconda. Through that also you can do it, right? You already installed Python, no, you can go with it, no problem. Right, even using Jupyter notebook also, right? You're getting all at one place, right? Python. So when you install only Python, when you can work only with the Python, right? So remaining things when you want to work with other platforms, right? You want to use like you want to use other frameworks, right? All it is available in Jupyter notebook. It is available in the Anaconda Navigator. Got it? So not right.
Yeah.
So that case you can go for Anaconda, right? It's up to you. Like as of now, because we are in the beginner stage, right? Because we are going to learn basic things, so that Python is more than sufficient.
Yes, sir.
But I'm telling you, you can use all these things. Is that like we go with Jupyter notebook, which is hard cake in the market, right? So like so thing is that like now we are going to discuss about mathematical operation, right? So now what are the operations that we can perform? We have operators, right? So in most of all the languages we have operators like arithmetical operator, relational operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, increment decrement operator, right, and so on, like special operator. We have different types of operators are available, right? So now this all comes in mathematical operation in Python. Addition, where addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Up to here, right? For modulus or reminder, so the symbol is going to be percentage, right? We're going to use like this. But here, modulus will not work, right? When I say 5 modulus 2 like this, right? It will not work. I have to use an operator called mod operator, right? So that case, where it is, it's available in the max class, right? It's available in the max class. So up to division, you can do, right? For integer division. I want to do only integer division, right? One integer. It shouldn't, when I do 5 divided by 2, but you will get decimal value. I don't want decimal value. I want only integer part. That case, you're going to use double slash here. 5 double slash 2 will return only the integer value. Similarly, go with the exponent, right? So modulus reminder, right? Now see here, I'll show you the demo now, right? For division, I'll go with my navigator, like I'll go with the Jupyter notebook now. So now, for example, I say 5 divided by 2. And when I run it, it's going to print 2.5. I'm going to get it in decimal. Instead, I'm going to use 5 double divided by 2, right? Double slash by 2. It is going to return only the integer part, right? And suppose I want to do modulus value, right? 5 modulus 2. Let me check it, right? When I'm getting the value here, yeah, I'm getting. So 5 modulus 2 is working here. Percentage is working. No problem, right? So like sometimes it won't work, right? Instead, you can use mod function, right? Even in Salesforce, it doesn't work. In Apex programming, I cannot use percentage, right? I have to use only mod function. It comes in a max class. Got it? But here Python works. Modulus is working. So in C, C++, Java, Python, all it works, right? So I'm getting the reminder here. right? So that case, what we do now, like we are able to use all these operations, right? We can perform all the mathematical operation here. I can able to perform mathematical operation, right? So I'm able to perform mathematical operation. Like yeah. So like we can use all these things and we can perform mathematical operation in the Jupyter notebook. Got it? So now order of precedency, order of operation. How we are going to execute, right? So there is something called BODMAS rule. In C, C++, Java, we call this BODMAS rule, right? Brackets of, right? So BOD, B-O-D, D for division, right? M for multiplication, addition and subtraction. So we have something called BODMAS rule, right? Even mathematically, we call this BODMAS rule. When I want to execute the expression, we go with the BODMAS rule. But here in Python, it is called PEMDAS. Right? It is called PEMDAS. The acronym of PEMDAS is nothing but parenthesis, first exponentation, second multiplication, then division, addition, and subtraction. First, it goes with parenthesis, right? Then goes with the exponent, then multiplication, division, so addition and subtraction. That's how the expression will be evaluated, right? Now consider the expression now here. Here we have the expression called 5 plus 2 into 3, 2 into minus 3. So this is an expression, right? You know what is an expression? You know the definition for expression? Anybody can see what is the definition for expression? What is the definition for expression? What is meant by expression? Can anybody say what is the definition for expression?
The printer.
Amagi? Pardon?
Printing the values.
Printing the value is called expression. No. So you accept this 5 plus 2, that is x plus y into minus z, something like this, right? It's an expression, right? Any program, no, program is not an expression. Right? Program is not an expression. So just tell me what is an expression? Hello.
It's the equation.
I'll call you back.
Expression is something like equation.
Yes, it's an equation, correct? Then what is an equation? What's an equation? I want you to tell the definition for expression. I want to tell you the definition for equation. Fine, I'll tell you. Right? So the combination of that is operand and operator is called as an expression. The combination of operand and operator. This 5, 2 and minus 3 is called as an 3 is called 5, 2 and 3 is called as an operand. 5, 2 and 3 is called as operand. Right? But see, in between we have an operator plus asterisk minus, these are the operator. The combination of operand and operator is called as an expression. A plus B into C divided by Z. That is also an expression. X plus Y the whole square equal to X square plus Y square plus 2XY. That is also an expression. Got it? So the X, Y, Z is an operand, and the operator, operator plus minus Z is plus minus asterisk is going to be operators. The combination of operand and operator is called as an expression. Right? The combination of operand and operator is called as an expression. So now here what happens actually, right? When you go with the PEMDAS, right? Like P is meant for parenthesis. Do you have parenthesis here? No. Then we have exponent. Do we have exponent here? No. Right? We have multiplication, division goes with the same precedency. But here we have division, no. But you have multiplication. Right? We have multiplication. How will it be executed? First, it's going to execute 2 into minus 3. So it will be multiplied with 6. Right? So then it is going to do the addition, 5 plus 6. Then the output is going to be 11. Right? Otherwise, how will you evaluate the expression here? So first you will try to evaluate from left to right. Right? This is from left and this right, right? So like that case, first you will add 5 plus 2, right? And then you're going to multiply with minus 3. But that's how. So but the computer, it is going to check, it goes with the BODMAS rule. Right? What is that? P, that is PEMDA. But do we have parenthesis here? We don't have parenthesis. If I have parenthesis here, then the parenthesis will be executed first. Parenthesis part will execute first. We don't have parenthesis here. Fine, rolled out. Then next one, do we have exponent here? We don't have exponent. Right? Do we have multiplication? Yes, we have multiplication. So 2 into minus 3. Right? So it is going to multiply. After that, it will be added here. So like 5 raised to minus 6 become minus 6 plus 5. That case, so the output will be minus 1. Got it? So the output is going to be minus 1 here. Right? So like now see the exercise is subtract 5 to the third power, which is 53 from 100 and divide the result by 5. Right? So this is an exercise here. You're going to subtract 5 from 5 to the third power, which is 53. And from that, you're going to divide 100 and divide the result by 5 here, right? From 100, right? Which is the 53 from 100 and divide the result by 5. Got it? So now, see, now we're going to discuss about integer and float and complex number. Now we are going to, so this is an exercise. You do it and tell me. Right? Subtract 5 to the third power. So which is going to be 53 from 100 and divide the result by 5. Right? That is your exercise. Fine. Now we'll come back to the number type. Right? We have different data types here. Right? Out of which we are going to discuss about number type. Right? So number type means it's going to be number means what? It deals with integer, float, and complex number. What is complex number? This is a complex number. This is a complex number. One moment. So now we are going to discuss about the number type here, like integer, float, and complex number. So here, now see here, when I say, because I said here Python is going to be a dynamic data type. Python is going to be a dynamic data type, right? So we don't go with the data type, right? When I declare a variable, before variable, I'm not going to specify the data type, right? But now I'm going to use a function here. Now see here, type of 6, right? Well, I want to know what type is this. I want to know what type is it. Type of 6. It is going to immediately, it is displaying this as integer type, right? Type of 6.0, it is a decimal value, right? When it comes to decimal value, it will be represented with float here. It is telling what type is this, right? So integer of 7.999, right? We have a method called integer method. It splits only the integer value and displays it, right? Now float of 6. It is converting. So this is also converting into integer type, right? Displays only the integer value, whole number. It is avoiding the decimal value here. Got it? Similar way, float also, right? Similar way, float also. I'll call it. Yeah. So like float also, like float. I want to convert this into float. It is called 6.0. And I want to convert this into complex number, right? 2 plus 3j, right, divided by 1 minus pi j. So that case, it is going to like divide the value and then it's going to display in the complex number, right? I'll show the demo so that you can understand, right? So now I'll show my Jupyter notebook. Got it. So now I'm going to say type of 5. What is the type? See, it is displaying integer type, right? Again, I'll say type of, so 124.45. Right now, when I run it, right, it's going to say this float. Right. So like this, I can able to convert. I can able to know what type is it. Right. It is going to display. Right. It's going to display what type is it. Now, for example, I'm going to use an integer method here, like 12345.99999. Right. I want to convert this into integer type. So that is what is the output here. You're going to get 1234. Right. Now let me run it here. I'm going to get 1234. Right. So likewise, we can use, like, even I want to convert this into float, right? Now say for example, so like float of, right, 645, right? I want to convert this into float. Let me run it here. I'm getting into float type here. So that we have a built-in methods here. We can use conversion methods, built-in methods, and we have a method called type method, right? The type function. So with the help of this, I can able to find out what is the data type. Right, what's the data type? So whereas coming to complex number, I'll come later, not now. It is too earlier for you to make you to understand complex number. Got it? So now, anyway, so like this, complex number arises when taking the square root of negative numbers. So it is going to find out the square root of negative numbers. There is no real numbers whose square root is -9. So we say that it's equal to 3i. Another example for complex number is 2i plus 3. Right? So I'll tell you about complex number later, not now. Right? Now we'll come back to variables. Right? What is a variable? Right? Now we'll come back to variable. What is a variable? So like variables, the variable is nothing but a memory store. Variable is nothing but a memory store that can store elements of any type. Right? Basically, variable is nothing but mainly used to assign the value. Variables are used to assign the value. I'm going to assign some value. So like at the same time, it's going to allocate some memory. Right? Variables is going to allocate some memory here. Right? So, but here when I'm going to allocate the memory here, we're going to use new operator here. New operator helps us to dynamically allocate the memory. New operator helps us to allocate the memory dynamically. We'll discuss about new operator later. But now, see the example here. Now, what is a variable? Variable is nothing but a memory slots. Right? So, where we're going to store some value. Now, say for example, we have nearly about 1024 memory locations. But earlier, initially, we had only 1024 memory locations. So each and every memory location will be like a Excel sheet, right? Like a cells, right? So it will try to select a particular cell and it's going to store some value here, right? That is a named location. And what is variable? Variable is called as a named location. What is variable? Variable is called as a named location, right? So it has a memory slots. There we are going to store the elements of, right? We're going to store the value here. There we're going to store the values here. Right? There we're going to store the values here. Right? The values can vary through a given program. So like this, I can be able to store my value now x equal to 10. I'm going to assign 10 to my variable x. And then I'm going to increment now. That case, what happens now, the value of x is 10. Then 10 plus 1, what it becomes 11. Right? Similar way, y equal to 4.0. Right? So 4.0 plus 1, 5.0. So I'm doing increment here. Right? I'm assigning the value. I'm hard coding the value here. And then I'm going to perform some minor operation. Right? It's not a major operation, minor operation.
Hey,
So that,
Rajesh, are you showing something else? Because we are still seeing the Jupyter notebook.
my goodness. Okay. I'm very sorry. I thought that I moved to PPT. Now you're able to see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, variables. So I told you about the operation, order of operation. I told you about PEMDA, nothing but parenthesis first, exponentation second, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, right? I told you about expression. Got it? So then I came back to number type, integer, float, and complex number. Right? This I told you, I showed you the output also. Right? After this, right? I told you that I will come back to variables. I'm telling this is about variable. What is a variable? Right? Variables are nothing but named location, which can store the values, right? So value can vary through a given program. I told you all these things. Now I'm going to assign x equal to 10 here, and I'm going to increment here, right? X plus 1. So it's going to perform some operation. In that case, it becomes 11. So like y equal to 4.0, right? It's going to, when I increment, it becomes 5.0. Got it? So like this, now you can see here, now y equal to 10, y equal to y minus 10, right? So that case is going to be 0, right? So like now what is the type of y? It is going to display float, right? Reassigning the variable. I'm going to reassign the variable, right? I'm going to change the type here. I'm going to reassign the value here, variable here. Now z equal to 6, z plus equal to 1. What is this z plus equal to 1? Can I able to write like this? It is a shorthand operator. It's called as a shorthand operator, right? So this can be written as z equal to z plus 1, right? This can be written like z equal to z plus 1, right? So instead of writing z equal to z plus 1, I'm going to write this in a shorthand, right? This is what we call as shorthand operator. This is what we call as shorthand operator, right? So what is the value of z? Z equal to z plus 1, right? What is the value of z here? Z equal to 6, 6 plus 1. So that case, we're going to print 7 here, right? We're going to print 7. Got it? So like this, we can able to assign the value. Like this, I can able to assign the value. Now let me go for a demo. I'll go back to my Jupyter notebook. So now what I'll do now, I'm going to assign the value here. Now x equal to 10, right? X equal to 10. So, but each and every line should not end with semicolon here. Other languages, always you have to end with semicolon, right? Each and every line when you write a coding. When you code it. Got it? But in Python, you should not end with semicolon. Got it? So after this, now I'm going to increment like x plus 1, right? Now I'm going to do x plus 1. I'm going to say print x. And now when I run, it is going to print 10 here. Now see, it is not doing plus 1, but directly printing the value of x here. Right? But now what I'll do now, I'll remove this. So instead of this, right, I'll say print of x plus 1. Now let me run it. See now, see the difference here. When I print x plus 1, right? Now the x value is substituted here to 10. We're going to add 1 and then we're going to print it. Got it? So this is the mathematical operation that we perform. This is a mathematical operation that we perform here. Got it? So fine. Now, yeah, I want to perform like I want to use shorthand operator, right? So like now I said x equal to x plus 1. I have to write an expression like x equal to x plus 1. Right now, assume the value of x equal to 25, right? And then I'm going to say x equal to x plus 1. So that is what happens, and then I'm going to print of x. So now the value of x will be 25. I'll add 1, and then 26 will be stored in the same x. I'm reassigning the value in the variable x itself. I'm going to reassign the value in the variable x, and then I'm going to print the value of x. Now let me run it. So I'm getting 26. How can I write this? This is a, but now I can convert this into shorthand, right? How will I write this shorthand operator? I can write x plus equal to 1. Right? X plus equal to 1. I can write like, right? Instead of writing x equal to x plus 1, I can write this as a, I can use a shorthand operator, right? I can write like this. So the same, it is also going to produce the same output. It is also going to produce the same output. So instead of writing x equal to x plus 1, I can write this in a short form, right? So likewise, what are the operators that we have? Like shorthand operators, like x plus equal to, right? So x plus equal to, right? Y, right? So x minus equal to y, right? X into equal to y, right? So x divide y equal to y, right? X modulus equal to y. So these are all called as shorthand operators. And these are all called as short number, which can be written as so x equal to x plus y. Instead of writing this way, I'm writing it in the shorthand. Right? Similar way, I can write like this. Right? X equal to x minus y. Sorry, I made a mistake. X equal to x plus y. Right? X equal to x minus y. Right? Similar way, right? For multiplication also, x equal to x into y. Right? So like x equal to x divided by y. Right? Even for modulus also I can write like x equal to that x modulus by y. Instead of writing this way, I'm writing this in the shorthand here. Right? This is an expansion for this. Got it? So this one we call it shorthand operator. Right? This one we call it shorthand operator. These are the shorthand operator. Using shorthand operator, I can perform only mathematic operation here. I can perform mathematic operation here. Got it? So now I'll go back to my slide now. So now after this, now we're going to discuss about keywords. What is a keyword? Keyword has a predefined meaning. Right? So each and every language, we have a keyword here. Right? Which has a predefined meaning. Like example is like if, else, right? So like we have something called if, else, right? False, none, true, break, continue, definition, del, if, else, right? So finally, so likewise, we have so many keywords are there, right? How do I want to import in Python? What we do, we're going to use import keyword, and then I'm going to import all the keyword. Keyword is a class here. So we're going to display everything, all the keyword. Now keyword.kw, keyword list. But here it is going to show my keyword in the form of list. It's going to show in the list format, right? So when it's going to show like this, it is going to show with square brackets, right? If at all, if it is given in the square bracket, then it is called list. Always list elements will be displayed in the square bracket. See, all the keywords, it's a predefined meaning. I cannot use this as a variable. I cannot use this as a variable. In Python, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use import keyword, right? Keyword.klist, right? Now see, for example, right, I'll go back here. I'll go back to my Jupyter notebook, right? I have to do import keyword, right? I have to import keyword. After importing keyword, right? After importing keyword here, right? I'm going to print, right? I'm going to use print of keyword dot kw list, keyword list.
Hello,
Right?
sir. Can I please write a Python code? I mean, this import statement and all in a new file?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to
See
import,
that.
right? All the models. Tomorrow you're going to import all the models, right? There's so many models are there in Python. You have to import
Yeah, I understand this one. This statement I can understand. I'm just saying, please show me once how you are creating a new file and writing there. In that means
Wait.
this file
I'll
not-
show, wait. I'll show you everything.
yeah.
No, be cool. One by one coming. When time comes, I'm going to show everything, right? See now, I'm getting an output like this in the form of list. When I execute, right? So I'm going to import all my keywords, but other languages in C, Java, can we do like this? It is not possible. But we come to know that there are keywords are like in C language, we have 36, 32 keywords. In Java, we have 50 keywords. So likewise in Python also it shows all the keywords here, right? So, but each and every language goes with the keyword. It has a predefined meaning. Got it? So I'll go back to my slides now, right? So now I'm going to declare first number equal to 10. So first number is what? It is a variable. Always the variable should not start with a number. It should start with the character only, or it should be a like character It should not go with number. So now when I say first number is throwing an error, right? Variable name should not be started with number. So that is important. You have to keep this in mind, right? So like this, right? Otherwise, it's going to throw in error. And you cannot use underscore here, right? In Python. So like there is, if at all there is something, two words are there, right? In between, if you use dollar, right? Dollar underscore dollar, it will throw in error, right? You're not supposed to use underscore dollar here. Got it? So like multiple variable, can I able to assign multiple variables? Now see here in C, Python, right? In C, Java, we are going to initialize value one by one. Can I do it simultaneously like x comma y equal to 8 comma 5 like this? Can I able to do? Yes, variable I can do it. I can initialize my value. So multiple variables can be initialized here. Right? Most program contains multiple variables. The same rule applies when working with a single variable. Right? It's the same rule applies for the single variable. Similarly, I can use for multiple variable also. I can assign multiple variable x comma y comma z equal to right 4 comma 2 comma 3, right? And you can do perform mathematical calculation here. So we can declare multiple variables also. I can able to declare multiple variables also here. Got it? So now next one, right? Comments. You go for a comment, right? So what is comment? Comments are like it's an extra block, right? When write a code, it helps the other programmers to understand the code, right? Each and every line, I'm going to explain what is this particular code, this line of code is going to do, right? So that I'm going to explain it, right? So that the other users, other programmers can read it and then you can understand. Even you can see in the book or in the online tutorials also, right? Each and every line of the code, they would have written, right? So they would have given some explanation that has been commented. And when it's commented, those lines will be skipped. It will not try to execute. Got it? So they are meant to clarify the code for readers. In Python, any text follows the # symbol on a single line is a comment. Now see here, I'm going to say pi equal to 3.14. I want to find out the area of a circle. So here, I'm going to hash it and then I'm going to say area of a circle. Right? So in that case, then and there, like either the top or the right hand side or bottom, anywhere you can able to comment. So when you want to write a comment, single line comment, you start with #. Right? Or other languages, you start with slash, asterisk, and asterisk slash, or you use double slash. But here, double slash will not accept. Right? So instead, what you have to use # symbol. Right? Whenever you want to give a command, write a command, you have to start with #. Got it? So like we're going to discuss about document string. Right? So like the primary difference in the syntax between a document string and a command is that document strings are intended to be written over multiple lines, which can be accomplished with triple quotes, right? We have a big paragraph, right? In that case, I want to display, right? I want to write the comments, right? In that case, you can go with triple quotes here. You can go with triple quotes. Got it? So these are the examples, like we discussed about variables, right? Keywords, right? And we discussed about types here, how to convert, right? How to display the data type, or when I give some using a type method, and so on, right? But now what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about string now. So we are going to discuss about string now. Right? Do you know what is string? String is nothing but a group of characters is called as a string. A group of characters is called as a string, right? What is string? String is called as group of characters. Got it? String should be given, right, using single or double quotes, right? So when you write a string, welcome to Python. So this you're going to enclose with single quotes or double quotes, right? So this makes a string here, right? I'm going to store the string into a variable and I'm going to print the string here, right? I'm going to print the variable. So it is going to print like this, right? So now see here, the second one, in the second cell, one side I started with single quotes, the other side is I end with double quotes. It should not happen. We should not do like this. We should not do like this. So that case is going to throw an error, right? It says end of line while scanning string literals. It says that like end of the line, they are not end with the same type, right? Instead, you are using something else. It is going to throw an error, right? So what is string? String is nothing but collection of characters which makes a string. How are you going to represent a string? Either by using single quotes or by using double quotes. Either by using single quotes or by using double quotes. Got it? So now we are going to manipulate with multiple strings, right? String manipulation we are going to do here. Before getting into string manipulation, we are going to discuss about escape sequence, right? Even in C language, Java, right? Like other language, we have escape sequence. So when you add with print statement, when you add with the, you can add some escape sequence here to get the formatted output, right? So Python also uses the backslash character called escape sequence in the string to allow for the insertion of any type of quotes inside the string. Either you want to insert any quotes type of a string, in that case, you can go with a, like you, and also you're going to get a formatted output. Now say for example, I want to print my father's apostrophe S, you want to print. My father's name is colon, and your father name has to be printed. So it has to print father's apostrophe S, right? So it has to print with apostrophe S. That case, you go with the escape sequence. You go with the escape sequence, right? So like what are the escape sequence are available here? Like we have slash new line, slash n.
Rakesh, I didn't get it. Can you please repeat it?
Uh,
I didn't get it about the apostrophes. Can you please repeat that?
which one?
The thing just you told, right? Just you demonstrated about my father's apostrophes.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you. Wait.
Yeah.
One moment. I'll open the notepad. So like this, I want to print. See here, I want to print like this. My father apostrophe S. It has to print like this. When I get an output, I have to get the output like this. How will I print it? So for this, what we are going to do, I'm going to use an escape sequence, right? So when I use a print command, right? I'm going to use print like this. Print. It followed with my, right? My father name is colon, right? So like colon, right? Quotes, like colon and then quotes. Right, I want to print, but here this will be printed as it is on my console. But now here I want to add this apostrophe here. How will I add it? I'm going to use slash, backslash, slash. Then I'm going to use escape. So when I use what is this backslash apostrophe? It is an escape sequence. I'm going to add along with the text here. When I add along with the text, right? So what will be your output? Your output is going to be like this. My father's name is. Along with the colon, it is going to print. Right? This I'm going to store it in the variable. I'm going to concatenate it and then it's going to display the value. Got it? So when I want to print with the escape, like with the apostrophe S, all the stuff, right? We're going to use an escape sequence, right? In the print statement or in the print function. Right? Have you understood now? Have you understood now? This is what I'm
Got it.
right. I want to print in this format. I want to print my text in this format. In that case, we are going to use escape sequence. So what are the escape sequence that we have it, right? I'll show you my PPT. So what are the escape sequence that we have it? We have new line, right? We'll take your cursor to the new line, but slash new line is ignored, right? So double slash, we want to print backslash. So you're going to use double slash, but now I use this slash quote. Now just one single quote. right? Apostrophe S, right? Similar way, I can print double quotes. Along with double quotes, I want to print. Okay, you're going to use double quotes here. For beep sound, /A. For backspace, it's going to be /B. Right? For form feed, you're going to use /F. For new line, I want to bring the cursor to the next line. That case, you're going to use /N. For OR, for carriage return. For /T is for tab space. Right? For /B is for vertical tab. Right? So /O to octal value, to print the octal value. That is equivalent to ASCII value. Right? /XHH is to print the hexadecimal value. Right? For a character. So
Sir,
for
can you go back to the example of like my father's name is Ram?
Yeah.
1 second. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Right. So I'm going to, in order to get a formatted output, we're going to use an escape sequence. We're going to use an escape sequence here. Got it? So all this escape sequence will be added whenever I'm going to use a print statement, when I'm going to use a string to display in a particular format. That case, we're going to use the escape sequence here. Right? So now, how do we give a multiple line string? How do we give a multiple line? Single line, I'm going to give a single quotes or double quotes, right? How do I go with triple quotes? Right? How do I go with multiple line string? In other languages, we use /asterisk and we end with the asterisk / paragraph also we can write. Multiple line strings, we can write it. But how do we write this in Python? Right? How do we write this in Python? Got it? When string need to span multiple lines, Python provides a triple quote. Python is providing triple quote using single or double quotation mark as a nice option. Here's an example for triple quote used to write a multi-line string. Multiple line strings you want to display, right? That case you can mark with like this. We can mark with triple quotes, right? All single quotes, triple quotes. You can start with triple quotes and you can end with triple quotes. The multi-line commands will be printed like this, right? You can print that multiple lines. Now a big paragraph is there, right? I want to print that. I want to assign it, right? How I'm going to assign by using triple quotes. Normally, what we do, we use only single quotes or double quotes. So that is going to be only for single line. Then when I want to store the multiple lines here, that case we go with triple quotes here, right? So that we go with multi-line string, right? Combining two strings is called as concatenation, right? Now say for example, now string welcome to, right? Or now I'm going to have string 1 equal to hi, right? String 2 equal to hello, like right? Hi, hello. You want to print. Now I can use print of string 1 plus string 2. So that case, what happened? Hi, hello will be printed. Right? Now here in this case, in this example, also you can see that string equal to welcome to. Right? I'm declaring a variable called string. Right? I'm assigning the string called welcome to. Right? So like along with this string, I'm concatenating with Python as a string here. So the string will be replaced with welcome to. And the Python string will be concatenated with the string here. So you're going to get the output like welcome to Python. And now see here, we're going to have string hello. I want to print the hello 5 times. I want to print hello 5 times. In that case, I'm going to say print string into 5 times. So 5 times will be printed. Now see, I show the demo. You can understand. Now str1 equal to hello, right? str2 equal to right. Now after this, I'm going to say print str1 plus str2. Now see, you're going to get the output like this. I can able to concatenate using concatenation operator. I can concatenate using concatenation operator. Got it? Right? So then I want to print this string 5 times. Right? I want to print this string 5 times here. Right? So that case, like str n equal to hello. Right? Then I'm going to say print strn into 5. Right? So now run this code now. See here, you're going to print 5 times. Hello will be printed 5 times.
If the value assigned is numeric, then also we'll get the same result, or it will get multiplied with 5.
No, it is not multiplying. It is printing the word called hello 5 times. The strn is a variable. Inside this variable, what is stored?
Yeah, if for that variable, if we assign the numeric value there instead
How
of
can I
hello,
assign a numeric? Yeah, I understand. Instead of hello, you are coming to say that I want to assign. Yeah, it is going to print 5 times. Now see here, n equal to 5. And print, right? So 5. I want to say like, but I have to use it as string here.
yeah,
Otherwise, it'll try to multiply.
correct.
What is that is correct.
So
Right?
it's n into
Now
5.
I'm going to say n into 5. Now it is a string, right? Now let me run it. Now see, 5 times it is going to get printed.
Okay.
But if I don't use quotes there, it will try to multiply 5 into 5. N will be replaced with 5. Then you're going to get an output called 25. Now see here. I'll remove quotes here. And now when I say n into 5, it is going to print 25. I don't want to do this way. I want to print 5 times. Numbers also you can print it, but provided you have to convert it in the form of a string. Right? You have to convert it in the form of a string, then you can print it. Got it? So how many number of times you want to print, you can very well print it by using a multiplying the values, right? Number of times values you're going to give it. So accordingly, it is going to print the string here. Right? Even numbers can also be done, but provided you have to convert this in the form of a string and then you can do it. Got it? So like this, I can able to, right, concatenate my strings here. Comma operator. You're going to use comma operator here. Variables may be interpolated into string using comma to separate the classes. The similar to plus operator, except it has a spacing for you, right? Plus operator will try to concatenate, but here comma operator will give some spacing here. Now see the example here. Greeting equal to Vaisak. Print welcome to, comma, then it is going to print greeting, right? So that case, welcome to will be printed because it is there in the quotes. They're going to print as it is. And followed with, right, what is the greeting will be replaced with bisect. Automatically it's going to give some space and then it's going to print the value of greeting. What is that? It is going to be bisect will be printed. The remaining of follow with comma, right, again in Andhra Pradesh will be printed as it is. So likewise now to like bind the values, right? So to display the values here, we're going to use comma, right? With the space you want to print, you're going to display the values like this by using comma operator in the print statement. Got it? Now see here another example, name equal to Trump, age equal to 75. The president of USA is, so what is this? This is a bind expression. Right?
And you are sharing the notepad, not
My
the
God.
PPT.
So you're using a comma operator here. Right? So now see here, the example here, name equal to Trump, age equal to 75. I'm going to bind the values here. Now see, I'm going to get a formatted output here. The president of USA is Trump. His age is, right, what is the age? He is 75 years old. So I'm going to close this quotes here. Then dot, right? I'm going to use format. I'm going to use a method called format method. And I'm going to use the name and age. So here, the bind variable now, USA is, will be binded with name here. And also, the age will be binded here. We are using a bind expression inside my string.
It
I'm
will
using
go by sequence, is it? Like let's say in the format you have 3 variables, so
Ah.
it will try to put I mean from the left to right 3 times. I mean 3 places, right? Like how it's getting interpreted, like where it will put the name and where it will put the age.
So like the first value will be put here in the first byte variable. The second value will be positional. The
Okay,
second
the
value will
position,
be
yeah. Okay.
Position, right? In that position, first position, it is going to bind the name of the president. The age will be displayed in the second position, right? Accordingly, so that you can use a bind expression here, right? Then we have a length function. I want to find out the length of the name, number of characters. I want to count the number of characters. We're going to use a function called length function, right? There's nothing but length of the name. So now what is the length of the name? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trump, right? So the number count, we count 5 characters of it. So it's going to find when I say length of name, it is going to give 5, right? It's going to return the number. Anyway, length is a predefined function. Length is a predefined function, right? So I want to find out the length of the name. So it is going to return the number. So when I say length of a name and I have to store it in some other variable, or directly I can say print command. I can use print command. Inside that I can say length of name. So that it is going to print the value. Right. So like this, I can able to use comma operator, right, to add some spaces and to print the values. And then right, I can use bind expression also here. Right. So now string methods, a lot of string methods are available here. Right. Lot of string methods are available here. Got it. So like this, when you press after name, when you press your dot here, we have IntelliSense, right? In the Anaconda, notebook, Jupyter notebook everywhere, right? All IDEs you have an IntelliSense. So when I press dot, it is going to give a suggestion menu. From there, you can select which command you want to use. Right? I want to convert from higher to lower, right? So that it will go to show like this menu. From there, you can select lower off, right? Upper off. So likewise, like lot of methods, right? Function will be shown here, and you can make use of it here. Right? These are called string methods. I can say string underscore name dot. Then we're going to display the function. Right? We're going to display the menu here. From there, you can select. Got it. So likewise, we have different methods here. Got it. The next one is we're going to discuss about casting. Right? What is casting? Converting from one type to another type is called casting. Converting from one type to another type is called casting. Right? So now we can easily convert between numbers and string using appropriate type. So now see here type of 5. Already I told you about this, right? It is going to return integer type. Now I want to concatenate 5 plus 7. Now see 5 plus 7 means what? We're going to get 12. But I convert this into string and I'm going to concatenate here. It becomes 5, 7. Right now, integer of 5. Right, I'm going to convert this text into a string into integer. Right, that is now it becomes integer. Similar way, I'm going to convert this into integer and then I'm going to add these two strings here. Right. So when I write the numbers within quotes, that it becomes a string. Right. I'm going to convert the string into number. For this, I'm going to use integer of function. Right, it will convert into number and then store. Right, it is going to store the value here and then it is going to concatenate here. Right, but now I'm going to concatenate, right, because all these numbers have been stored in the form of a string here. Right, and then you're going to concatenate. Got it? So like we going to go with the input function. I want to get the value from the user. Right, in order to get the value from the user, in that case we go with the function called input function. It's a built-in function that allows the user input. Right, so like I can say print what is your name, right, and then I have to get the input right from the keyboard. The user has to enter the keyboard value, and I want to store that value here inside the variable. So that case, so I'm going to use a function called input function. I'm going to use a function called input function. Now I'll go for the demo so that you can understand. Like I'll go here. I'll go back here. Now see here, printf. Print. Now I'm going to use name equal to input of. Then it's going to accept the value, right? At the runtime, whatever value I'm going to enter will be stored on the name. After this, I'm going to use print command and print the name. Right? Now I'm going to execute here. Here. Now it is asking enter the candidate name. Enter the candidate name. Now you have to enter the value here. Naveen. Right, then you press enter. See here you're getting the output. After I give the keyboard value and giving an output here. For which what we can do, we can use a function called integer function, input function. Always when I use input function, what happens? It will be stored in the form of a string, right? If it is a number, you're accepting it. First, it will try to store it in the form of string. Then you're going to convert it, right? After converting, then you can manipulate it. You can process it, right? So, like when you use the input function, right? So that case, what happens? You're going to store it in the form of a string. You have to convert it. For that, what you're going to use? You're going to use an integer function, integer of input. So, say for example, right? N equal to input of, right? Input of, I'm going to accept the value here, right? Then I'm going to say S equal to N plus 3. Now I'm going to say print of this. Now it will throw in error. When I run it, right? Now it is asking what is the value of N here. Now it's a 45. So it is printing S here, S equal, but say it is throwing an error. Right? It can only concatenate string, not integer to string. Right? I want the input here, right? I'm inputting my value here. I said the value of N equal to, right? I'm going to say what is the value of N equal to 45. It has to store 45, it is storing it. But I want to add 45 with 3. It is not happening. Why? Because the input function is going to convert by default, it converts into string. So then I am not able to manipulate it. I'm not able to manipulate it. Got it? Instead, what happens, like it is going to throw in error. So that case, what I do now, when I'm going to accept now N equal to, I'm going to accept integer of input of. Right? Now what happens? Input, when I get the value from the user, they'll be converted, right? So initially it converts into string. Again, I'm using a method called integer method. It is going to convert into number, right? Then I'm going to store it on N. After this, now what I'm going to do, S equal to N plus 3. And then print the value of S. Right, now let me execute. Now you get an output. So what is the value of N here? I'm going to say 145. Right, let me run it. One. See here, I'm getting the output now. Earlier, I didn't get the output because it has been integer method, integer function with considered as a string. Right, so it will convert into string. And then when you try to manipulate or when you try to process, so the string cannot be processed here. So it is throwing an error. So to avoid such cases, right, I'm going to use integer of input, right? When you accept the integer value, right? So when you accept the values, suppose you want to accept the values from the user, we can accept it. But when it comes to number, it is going to throw in error like number, float, right? So that in case you want to convert into float, you can use float of method. In case you want to convert into number, you can use integer of, right? So these are the conversion functions. These are the conversion functions. Got it? Likewise, I can use input of. Using input of, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the values from the keyboard or from the user. That case, we can go with a function called input of. I'm going to use a function called input of. Got it? Do you have any doubts? You're able to understand my language? Do you have any doubts?
Yeah, I have one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Not related to this commands and all. I need to know how you are saving one new file in this Jupyter notebook. Suppose you are go to that Jupyter notebook.
Yeah.
Currently, you are saving everything in ontitled 3. The file
Hmm.
name is ontitled 3.
Yeah, I didn't save it. I'm just entering in each and every cell. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
entering
My
like
question
Mac.
is, my question is, suppose I want to write down my Python codes in a fresh new text pad.
Hmm.
So how to write it and how to save it? Just show me once.
Wait. This is my Jupyter notebook, right?
Yeah.
At the top, you have file menu. You have file menu, edit menu, view menu, run menu, kernel menu, setting menu, help menu, right?
Yeah.
On file.
Fine. Hmm.
Then you go to new option. Here we have control, notebook, terminal, text file, right? Markdown or Python file, which one you want. In case you want to open text file, if you click on text file, it is going to open the text file here. So this is a
Okay.
text file. You can enter the text here. And in case you want to write the code, also you can write the code here. Right? And you can save it. Got it? Or else, what will go again? Go to file new. In case you want to write a Python code, you require a file. Click on Python. File here. You're going to open the Python file.
Okay.
Right
Suppose
here.
some print function, write some print hello world. Okay.
Print hello world.
Hmm.
Okay. After this, what you have to do? Something I pressed. One. See here. How to save it, right? So hello.py,
Okay.
right? Rename. So after this, now we have to run it, right? So now file, save the Python file. I saved the Python file. Right? After saving, now what I have to do? I have to go back here.
You can save it as a Python file when you make it as well.
Already I've saved it as Python file only. Right?
Yeah. So yeah, he asked. So
When I go from like this only, I go with Python file. I got the
But this
Python file.
Python hello.py and this hello.py is not looking like this one, right? On title 2.
Yeah. So it is saved as hello.py.
How to run it now?
Wait. Okay. Now I'll go back here. So here I have hello.py. So select this hello.py.
The other file formats are IPYNB.
That is going to be Jupyter notebook name. IPYNB is a Jupyter notebook name. Right. So now what you want to run it, right? So this is IPYND is a Jupyter notebook name. It is untitled. Right? I have not done anything. Got it? I have not written. Now here we have file. We have file here. So duplicate, open. I want in case I want to open, I can open here.
Sir, it's 7:50, sir.
Yeah. You want to stop the class?
Okay, no problem. We can discuss this in next
Next class.
tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll tell you in the next class.
Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, then okay, fine. Remaining things I'll discuss with you in the next class. So now today we have learned so many things, right? About commands, multi-line commands, then variables, strings, concatenation, right? And we discussed about like casting, right? We discussed about casting, right? And then we discussed about like indexing and all. We'll discuss tomorrow, right? We discussed about input function, all those stuff. So like I'll tell you tomorrow how to execute the program from what is it from like Jupyter Notebook, right? Got it? I'll
Yeah.
stop here. Remaining things we'll see tomorrow. Okay, see you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yes.